All right, good morning, everyone. Let's get started. Right, obviously U.S. markets had a great session yesterday, best session in I think about a month and a half. Uh, we we just had a lot of really good data that was out yesterday and has really been building this week and last, I think. And you can see there every thing was lifted in the rising tide yesterday. Every sector was up across the board. We had European PMI that was better. We had jobless claims numbers, which is the lowest in like 6 years. We had just incredible numbers. We've had bullish speak, I think, out of the Fed. Everything across the board has just been good. So obviously we got a nice move up yesterday in U.S. markets. S&P, Dow, Nasdaq all closing all-time highs. And you can see the switch out of the bond market into the equity market yesterday with 10-year yields really starting to rise significantly. Obviously got to spill over into Asia. Not an unbelievable day out of Asia, but a solid day out of Asia nonetheless. Developed countries have definitely been outperforming emerging markets as of late. I think it's probably going to continue going into the States. You're seeing the dollar that's continuing to rally now with all of the good data numbers out of the States. And then we obviously saw gold, which really made a significant pullback on the back of the good jobs numbers in the States yesterday, and people obviously starting to price in more that Bernanke is going to pull his foot off of the gas sooner rather than later. All right, we had Sasol full-year trading statement yesterday. They said that headline earnings per share were going to be between 20 and 30% higher. I've saw estimates between as low as 7% and as high as 15%. Of the average is at 8.7. But regardless, it was a significant beat. You saw that in the stock after hours. In the last hour of the day, we really pushed up about $6 or $7 into the close. Really, really good action. We've totally broken out there technically. We can look at that chart again in a second. And just go over that quickly, but we also had some more earnings yesterday out from AIG, better than expected. Continuing to kind of keep in line with the financial sector in the U.S. has really been hitting it out of the park. We had Allianz second quarter numbers out as well this morning. They were a beat. And then later today we've got Chevron and Berkshire out in the States. A little bit more market data today that's definitely worth paying attention to. We had house prices out of the UK that were better earlier. We've got unemployment out of Spain at 9. We've got PMI construction numbers out of the UK. They got the big boy, which is the non-farm payroll number, expected at 185. Later at 2:30, whisper number there I've seen is about 235. So expectations will be high going into this non-farm payroll number today. Just keep that in mind. We've also got unemployment rate, personal income, personal spending, and factory orders out in the States later. So another big day for data today, capping off a huge week. So let's watch it closely as we finish up the week today. All right. Let's have a look. We're going to start off here with the 10-year Treasury, U.S. bond market here, and you can see that we're kind of entering into a continuation pattern, or we look like we're getting ready to break out to new highs on the 10-year yield. From this continuation pattern, this would project us out to around basically 3% on yields. So if we break above previous highs, which are at 2.75 on the 10-year. I think we can trade all the way to 3. I think that is going to start to put a little bit of pressure on the equity market again. If that happens, watch it closely. This has the potential to be a big shift in the markets again here. So just remember that as we broke to new lows here, to new highs in terms of yield on treasuries back in June. That's where we really saw that sell-off. And then as we consolidated, we've started to push higher. So if we start to really break out to new highs and yield again on the 10-year, I think it could be a little bit of a catalyst. And even though we've got a lot of data that's been coming through that's been really good, it could be a catalyst for a sell-off. So just tread lightly there. We're reaching a lot of targets on global markets, really, and a lot of targets on stocks technically. So we'll keep that in mind. Okay, first one I'll show here is CFR. And we talked about this this level here. I'm dragging it out a little bit further right, but we were talking about it breaking out from this part, which is really where the major consolidation was. We took that move from 86 to 92 and a half, and we put a target of 98 to 98 and a half on that breakout. You can obviously run this from the lows here, which would give us another 2 Rand higher target, which would take us to $100. So that is somewhere where our target is, between 98 and 100 Rand. So just to let you know, obviously we closed at 98 yesterday on CFR. We are getting up kind of close to what our technical breakout targets were, so keep that in mind. Another one that we're looking at here is Sasol. Sasol, obviously, we've talked about this level above 50, the close above, I think it was 51 or something along those lines. And really where, let's, I wouldn't draw it I would just take it from the bottom of the channel here. Where you can see we broke out from 410 to call it 452. That's the target that we had talked about around 490. Interestingly enough, speaking with Claudius this morning, he was talking about this thing's been trading at around about around 8 times multiples now historically for the past couple of years. With the numbers that they're set to release after yesterday's trading statement, 500 Rand would take them to about 8 times earnings. So I think that target is probably pretty close to accurate. I think we could see 490 to 500 on the cards rather soon. You can see the breakout here is rather obvious as well in this continuation pattern. All right, we'll have a look at Amplats here. Amplats, you can see, sorry, that's 10 PE historically, not 8 PE, and that's that would put us at 500 because it would be earnings of around 50 Rand. All right, Amplats, you can see there 360. This is a level we've been talking about for a while. After we broke out here, we were kind of expecting it to get up to around 360. Another stock that's starting to hit its target as of yesterday. It got up there intraday. The Fed pulled back and closed at 355. Probably opened up a little bit this morning along with the market. I don't think this is necessarily a bad play to play short off of this first test of this level. It's had a hell of a long run. We basically ran in a straight line from 280 Rand to 360 Rand, so it's probably really due for a breather. And so in terms of a short-term opportunity, there may be one there. All right, Aspen. Aspen's one that we've been kind of following closely. A lot of people I know like it. Everyone's been looking for the chance to get in. I think that chance is now. We broke out yesterday from this flag pattern that we've put in, obviously on the back of a longer-term uptrend that's been intact for a long time here. And Aspen and that's obviously so rough, but you get the point where we're in a long-term uptrend. We really flagged here. We've broken out to the upside. Obviously could easily trade back to the highs rather quickly here in Aspen. All right, and then the last one I'm going to have a look at here is Anglo's. We'll actually look at Anglo's London. We'll spread this out a little bit so that you can get a better idea, but you can really see here we had a very big technical level that we broke out from yesterday, and that was around 1438, I think. And you can see there, it's a bit of an inverse head and shoulder pattern. The funny thing is this pattern, because of the Rand, this thing is much more distorted. We can maybe draw that level there. This thing's a lot more distorted. This same little inverse this little head and shoulder setup that we broke down out of, and really led to the full breakdown of Anglo's. This has already been. It's already gone above this level in Rands. The pattern looks exactly the same, but it's gone above this level in Rands. We can look at that real quickly, and you can see here that same little pattern we've already gone above however you want to look at it. We've gone above. We broke out of it yesterday. So that is still to be tested. It looks like in London. That's what I'd like to look at as potentially the target, which I would probably put down here. Maybe close to 1540, 1550 NP. So it doesn't have a whole lot of room left to the upside, but that's the target that I look for this head and shoulder that's set up here. And this is a really clearly defined pattern that we're in right now. So I think that target probably could get reached today, tomorrow, one of the next couple of days before I think we will see a reasonable breather out of Anglos. And that's it for today, guys. Be sure to submit your questions to us early in the morning, and we'll try to get them answered for you on the morning call. Thanks a lot.